Here we have one of the few signs along the Johnston Canyon Trail. Damn, just a mosquito just got me. For everyone to read. So far, not much in the way of wild bears. The view of the Johnston Canyon River itself going down. Quite gorgeous. Now we'll just take us over here. Get a better view of the river itself. There we go. And just relax. Set my coffee down. I'm filming and having a coffee at the same time. Yes, I know, my wife will probably kill me. Gorgeous cup we found in Banff just yesterday. Really like that. And here is a better shot of the river. Yes, most people use, hiking sticks. I just carry my coffee cup. I'm good. There we go, the canyon itself. The water is actually flowing on both sides of this rock here. So what you don't realize, but I saw a picture of someone going down there, and it was on the back side of that. But this is just a little. This here is just a little piece of the rock that's broken away from the hillside. The water runs all around it. If you look over here, this is the old rock wall that was built. This trail was first built. Now they have this metal fence on the other side, but this is probably 100 years ago this was put up. Quite pretty, actually. I've seen it. It doesn't go for all the way. Some of it's washed away, but kind of holds everything back. It's quite nice. Trail. As you can see, these are the lower falls. The upper ones I've gone to once before in the past. Not much to see there. The Inkpots I haven't gone up to quite a ways, but they have been told have been pretty spectacular. Oh, and a little look. My coffee cup again. You probably hear the roar of the falls on the tape. These aren't very high and big, but they kind of cascade down this canyon quite a ways. We're just starting to enter it now. So, if you're faint-hearted, the trail is probably not for you, because parts do scale, as you can see on this bridge. The canyon wall itself, there's no other way around. Again, the river. Water rushing by. If you can hear it, some of these planks, well not planks, they're concrete. You can hear them move around underneath my feet. Even more something for those like that one, the not so brave of heart. There we have another area where the water is just crashing below there. Looking back through that way again. And here's another part of the trail. Again, loose planks. Can't see the water rushing by down there. This whole lower half of the trail is only about 1 kilometer long, so not very strenuous. It is exciting though, so I'm not really retarded, as you can tell by the fact that we're standing literally above the water here. There's another shot there. Yeah. We're coming up in an area where we got some more waterfalls here. Kind of a flat area. I'll shut this off for a second. Now see the waterfall rushing by there. That crashing here is all that whole water coming through this area right here. All that comes through that little piece there that's going about 5 feet wide. Then over here, and you can see that person, see a little close up, walking along there. You're going over the water at that point, right there. Pretty good. And this is far along the trail here. But you can see right above us there's a canyon wall that's collapsed a long time ago, or recently, I'm not sure. And the debris of rock here. If you turn around this way, you can see we're back on the trail here and back on the river right there. There we go. Back at the waterfall area back there. It has been noted that a bird called the black swift, tiny bird, goes all the way down to rainforest of Brazil in the winter. It was first spotted. Oh, you can see these boards are breaking away, coming apart. Yeah, so we got a wee cart. Hang on. Anyways, the black swift apparently was first spotted in Johnston Canyon, of all places. And as you can see, we're going under the edge of the rock here. Don't have a whole lot of choice. So hang on to your hats, because the thrilling part is actually coming up soon. Oh, did you hear that? Yes, so more, that's what we just went under. See this vegetation growing along here. You can hear the wall falls now. Quite pronounced crashing here. Like I said, the falls collapses down the whole valley of this canyon. Canyon. Wonderful noise. What you can't get on this film is the smells out here. We're in the middle of a pine forest. The smell of pine is incredible. Probably one of the most amazing smells I've ever smelled with pine. Interesting side note to the black swift story was that I read somewhere that hummingbirds will migrate all the way down to Mexico. But I always thought, well, how is that possible for a little tiny bird that has to flick 100 times a second to keep afloat, like a helicopter? And apparently, they have found that hummingbirds hitchhike underneath the wings of bigger birds, like Canada geese, that kind of stuff. They sort of grab a hold and hang on for the ride. So not only can they fly more uniquely than the other birds, they're also quite smart. Again, along the canyon wall here, only we're up higher now than before. So you can see down there. The end of the trail doesn't mean it's the end of the journey. You can go up here to the upper falls and ink pots, like I said, up this way. We are just going for today down to the lower trail, the lower falls. You can already hear them. We're almost there. They are quite unique. There we have some tourists taking pictures, like a lot of them do here. And you guys see this? Oh, you're good. No one's gonna steal them. The guy was worried about his tampons, so it was full. We just went tumbling anyways. Still knows. relaxing everywhere. If I can just sneak by you guys. There's a pool. Big pool of water there. Now we're going to go over to the best part of the whole trail, which is this hole in the mountain. And hopefully don't get too much water on the camera, because we're going to get splashed in the face any second now. Here we go. It's loud here. Oh, I got to learn to stand up too. As you can see, we're in this little cave that they cut out just for this. The water is just crashing magnificently down here. That's the power of nature, that is. Now we'll try to get out without breaking the net. Come on up. Again, there's the hole in the mountain. You see that guy coming through right now? Go through that. And you're virtually in front of those waterfalls. There's another sign that's posted here. They're showing the waterfalls in the winter. People are climbing up the ice, frozen solid. But here in this part of Alberta, we're in the mountains, we'll probably hit 20, 30 below for a good long length of time, months sometimes. So you wouldn't catch me up here in the winter, that's for sure. I'll be snug up in my bed. And the trail's quite narrow, or slow. Kind of gives you an idea here of a little bridge across. I'll come down this little section to the lower part of the trail. Yes, and for all of you that knows, it's virtually 8 o'clock in the morning here, which is about 3 hours before my wife's get-up time in the morning. And if you want to come out here in the summer, like I said, this is 8 o'clock in the morning, best time. Yes, and there are lots of deer around, elk, moose. I haven't seen any yet in this trip. Bears, black bears, and grizzly bears. None near here though. I'm sure they're smart, they keep away. Or at night they just sit around playing poker games, you know, like smart animals do. And I'll tell you, I was in a poker game with a moose. I lost everything that night. So don't believe that big fat lips. They're very good card players. Fortunately, some people believe in leaving their own initials behind, which is sad. And if you're at all interested, these are the cabins on the edge. Great views. Not inexpensive. We're talking, this is 2019, we're talking anywhere from $300 to $700 a night. But great place to stay. This kind of gives you a better idea of the trail itself. I'm doing this in reverse. This is the start of the trail, for me the end, because I came up halfway up the trail there. And we just walk a little further. Here's the Johnston Canyon building itself. They serve food in here, and you can buy coffee here. Although I really have something to say about people who carry disposable coffee cups on the trail. As long as you bring them back, that's okay. Now look. That is the Black Swift Bistro. Great food in there. Just me know. And yes, this is kind of why I'm saying don't carry any plastic or disposable and leave it behind. This wolf, apparently was chewing on that. They found lots of plastic guts in its guts, remains. So don't leave stuff behind. You know, we're slowly getting rid of most of the wildlife on this planet with our population. So just be cautious. Always be respectful of nature and what you do out here. That's the most important thing. And so, here's the old sign that's been here forever. Trail. So that part there is from there's a parking lot. You can park your vehicle, and then this is at the trail head. For me, the end. It's been a great trip. Fun time being here. And kind of a better shot of the whole bistro area. And so far, no buses, because once buses arrive, like yesterday, there will be wall-to-wall people on the trail itself. Facing the gift shop, if you see that right there, Dr. Seuss on a plank. It's kind of funny, we stayed at a place called the Sylvia Beach Hotel for all you writers out there that like writing in books. They have a room dedicated to an author in each one of the rooms. Jules Verne, Dr. Seuss of all things. So yes, they had a very interesting cat in the hat room. They also have a Harry Potter for all you Harry Potter fans. Like I said, Jules Verne. But let's get off the point. But here's the sort of the back side of the bistro. Like I said, great food. And fortunately for me, so far, no bears, no deer, and a better shot up here of the cabins themselves. Very cozy little cabins, fun to stay in. Oh look, I lied. There are bears here. Look at that, 3 bears. That's Mama and her 2 cubs, I guess. We were here yesterday with a raven chattering away at the bears. I think she was a little mad at them for something. Maybe they stole their food, who knows. Here's a view of a car on the property. Obviously this guy's got a long-term lease. He's been here for quite a while. Doubt his new car. He's going to start now. Just kidding you. Okay, so here we have mountains from the beginning of the trail. And oh look, I guess he's been filling up for gas here for quite a while. This guy. Thank you. And the office. Quite nice. Okay, off to other adventures.